What's up, y'all? It's John with Gig 'em Outdoors here, and today we're doing a video on why the 30-30 is still king. If y'all haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We got new videos coming every other week, and this one should be a good one. So the gun we're going to be shooting today is a Marlin 30-30 model 336. This particular gun was made in 1970 and actually bought by my grandpa. The story goes he was looking for a new deer rifle and he bought this one to try it out, and he liked it so much he was worried about the company going out of business, so he actually bought a second one. So now me and my brother have identical Marlin 30-30s, both made in 1970. The scope we're using today is a Leupold VX Freedom. It's a pretty nice one, and it's taken down many deer and many hog. So today I got two things planned. First, we're going to do a penetration test with an assortment of items, and then we're going to do an accuracy test and do some different ranges and see if that age-old myth of the 30-30 being inaccurate past 100 yards still holds true today. For our penetration test, we have an assortment of items. Firstly, we got this head of lettuce fresh from the gas station. We have a can of Vienna sausages, jalapeno. Then we got a can of thick and rich shaving cream, brick siding, and last but not least, a big old cinder block. So let's see how they perform. First, we're going to shoot the can of Vienna sausages. We got a hit. Okay, here we have our can of Vienna sausages. What do we think, y'all? Is the 30-30 still relevant? That thing is gone. Let's see if it still tastes good. Tastes like Vienna sausages. Now we're going to be shooting at the shaving cream. That was insane. Well, here we are at the scene of the crime. Shaving tin, they explode. 30-30 definitely won that one. Well, I had to go climb that fence to go get the can because it flew over. But that's the after. That 30-30 is no joke. Okay, now we're about to shoot that head of lettuce we have. I might put a few rounds into her because I don't think she's going to be done after one. This is what a 30-30 does to a head of lettuce. It was really the second shot that did most of that damage. Okay, next we have that piece of the brick siding. As you can see, there's not much left of that brick siding, and she really tore through that log where she was low. I think the 30-30 won that one again. Lastly, for the penetration test, we have a cinder block we're going to shoot. walking up. This is what's left after all of our testing. And I gotta say, I think the 30-31, the penetration on this caliber, top of the line. So for the last segment, we're gonna be testing the accuracy across some distance. So first we have a target set up at 50 yards, then we're gonna do 100 and then 150. So first let's do the 50 yard. Do another. Hot. Okay, let's go see. Well, we hit it both times. A little low, so I'll try to keep that in mind, but it should get better off the further back we go, because I think it's sighted in for 100. Now we're gonna do the 100-yard shot. Go check it. Well, we're walking up on the 100-yard shot, and the accuracy actually improved. We got both these in the circle. So I think it's time we keep on pushing back, and heck, we might be doing a 200-yard shot today. Well, we have the target set up 150 yards away, and I think it's time. I think we're about to get a bullseye. First bullseye of the day. God, target is so small. Oh, I knocked it over. Well, we only got one shot off because it actually knocked it over. But a little low. I think it's starting to lose its accuracy, but we're gonna bump it up to 200 yards, and I'm just gonna aim a little bit higher this time, and I think it should still do good. Now we're gonna go for the 200-yard shot. Keep in mind, this is a 16-inch barrel. This is the carbine version of the Marlin 30-30, so she's not really meant for that long range. And I got a 9 zoom scope, so I'm sure under a little bit better conditions, it could be a lot more accurate, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? We're walking up here on the target, and that hole was just one before, so I guess that's the second one. And I'm not sure where the second shot went. Who knows? That might be 3 shots actually. It looks like 1, 2, 3. If that is, that's crazy. But I would say the 30-30, I think that's a myth busted. The accuracy on 30-30, especially with a better scope and possibly just a longer barrel, I think it's fine. People claim it's going to start tumbling and stuff. I don't see any of that on this piece of paper. So just to show it one last time, these 3, this one down here, were all from different ones. And then there's one here before. So this is either 2 shots here, which would be crazy to be that accurate, but it does almost look like 2 shots, or it started to tumble and that was more of a keyhole. I finally moved into my apartment in College Station. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, please consider commenting, and subscribing. I think in this video we proved that the 30-30 is way more accurate than everybody claims it to be. I hope I can make more gun content in the future. If y'all have any suggestions, drop them down in the comments, and I'll see y'all next time.